If you're in a room of your peers, folks that are really involved in the startup, venture, fundraising community, technology, et cetera, do you have any go-to advice for them on the critical things you need to know about building a business, surviving, thriving, anything like that?
I guess what I would say is, this is my second time around. Very differently than the first time. This one we've addressed the market differently. So what I'd say is, there's no such cookie cutter approach. Don't get stuck in a certain methodology. That you can do things where you raise huge amounts of money and go at it really big or go home. You can do it bootstrappy and be very specific and stay focused. I think for me, who you surround yourself with, meaning who's your money, and who's on your board and what's there is really important, because you're going to need them consistently as you walk through it in different ways, shape, or form. My last statement would be, which I think is a good lesson for all of us in life, is you got to be thick-skinned. You got to be willing to wake up every day and sort of go to battle. And each day is not going to be perfect, and each day is not going to be the worst day of your life, but you're definitely going to go through some ups and downs and ebbs and flows. But just kind of soldier on. You'll get there. It's hard, but it's not nearly as hard as people like to make you feel like it is, because they make themselves feel better when they said it's really hard, guys. That makes them feel better. And yeah. I'm not one of those people. I think there's plenty of competent people out there that have really good ideas that really should bring them to the forefront and can have success.
I don't know if you call that persistence or resilience. You said have a thick skin. I mean, I think that is so important, especially for younger generations coming up through, and you've been involved with sports at a very competitive level. That sports is part of that. You got to have resilience. It's not always going to go your way. That is probably the number one thing that I think folks need to hear at any stage, but in particular at those formative times where in the world that we inhabit, where the things are not so hard for kids all the time because parents want to make it easier for them. That is the, sort of the antithesis of what they really need. Is they need to fall down and they need to skin their knee and they need to know that they can get back up. So I love what you said.
But the one thing I would say to you is, for those, who in different ways, shapes, and forms have competed in their life, I think every day is game day, right? And if you can wake up that way and you can sort of go through your, whatever process gets you ready to go out and compete on a day-to-day basis.
I'm ready to run through a wall now.
Yeah, that's what
I love that.
about,
Every day is game day. I love that. I love that. And it doesn't feel like a cliche when you say it. Well, that's a great place to wrap it up. So I really appreciate you taking time to do it. And we'll talk again soon, I hope.
I hope so. All the best.
Thanks again.
Take care.